Weather Underground, Winter Storm Jaxon gearing up for a coast-to-coast run. I'm Mike Bettis.
And I'm Alex Wilson. Happy Friday to you. Right now, Jackson is making its way across the Intermountain West. I'm going to take you live to Salt Lake City this evening. We've got raindrops on the lens, clouds overhead, and temps in the low 40s. Winter storm warnings in effect until early Sunday morning because we are going to see that rain change over to snow. Heavy accumulating snow expected, so travel going to be troublesome as we go through our Saturday and into Sunday.
Yeah, won't be long before the flakes start flying here. You're going to be loving it at the resorts this weekend. Great powder coming your way. Notice here, we're lighting up from, say, I-5 in Washington all the way down through Southern California, and decent amounts of snow here falling for us through the Wasatch as well. So let's get right down into this because it's complex here in northern Utah. The reason being, boy, the terrain is so undulating here. It varies wildly with, 11,000-foot peaks down to, 4,000-foot mountains right next to each other, right? Portions of I-15 now between Pocatello and Salt Lake are snow-covered at this point. This is really going to fill in with a lot more snow as the atmosphere begins to cool down for us here. So just be prepared for that. We'll get even a little bit closer here. You're going to see that right in Salt Lake, and you saw it on the lens there, it's just raindrops, but it won't be long before it's all snow. You get over toward Park City, you're high enough now that you're all snow here. Get over toward Ogden, you got a little bit of a mix here, but you get just north of Ogden, it's going to be all snow for you here. So just be ready for an opportunity for changing conditions here overnight tonight, and then as we roll our way through the weekend as well. Here's the big picture for us in all. Notice where all of our winter weather advisories, our winter storm warnings are, our winter watches. A lot of blue on this map, right? All the dark blue is where we have winter storm warnings, where heavy accumulating snow is going to be falling for us here. And for many of you, it ends up being a cross-country journey. Look at how the blue starts its way all the way over into the Midwest. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Alex and Tom with us now. Talk about how this thing just doesn't give up once it gets in the middle of the country.
Right, and we're going to see those winds really pick up across the middle part of the country. This is the part of the U.S. that's used to those kind of conditions, and they've kind of been waiting on winter so far.
They have been, and we've had this big change in the pattern here, right? So now they're finally going to cash in here. This upper-level low is now setting the stage here. This comes across the Four Corners region of the U.S. here, and as it comes out across the Rockies, it produces a low-pressure system just to the east of the Rockies in Colorado, a Colorado low. These storms will move rapidly to the northeast. They have a warm side where they produce a lot of rain, and then they have that cold side with snow. And some of these wound-up systems can produce blizzard conditions because of the amount of because they wind up so tight and produce significant wind. Watch your system and watch away it tracks here as it goes Sunday into Monday, and to the north and west of that track is where you see the heavy snow. Now, it's interesting, we've talked about this before, the idea that the operational model run shows this track right here, but we run several versions of this to kind of get a consensus of different members and see what solutions they have. And similar to what we see with hurricane forecast modeling and tracks, we have a series of tracks here, all in the same general direction, right? But slight differences here of maybe 10 to 50 to 60 miles in the location of those tracks. And that means everything with the heaviest footprint of snowfall that comes across an area. So right there, right now, this is where we're forecasting the heaviest snow. It kind of threads the needle between Omaha, Minneapolis, and Green Bay, right across this portion of the upper Midwest here. But once again, a little shift in the model solutions, as we've seen in these ensemble members, could either produce much less snow in Minneapolis or much more. And the same ideas for places like Green Bay, down to Omaha and even Des Moines. Let's play this out as we go through Sunday and Sunday night. The snow really begins to develop across the plains, but this is a time I'm really concerned about. Very strong winds back here and heavy snow from Minneapolis to Omaha, getting into Des Moines eventually. Green Bay gets into the snow, and this is on the evening rush hour, Monday evening. The system moves out quickly, and by the way, Chicago Monday night into Tuesday goes into a quick shot of cold air and some snow here. That could even have some implications on air travel for this area. So all in all, it's going to be a significant event here. Places like Sioux City could be in line for double-digit snows, and you haven't seen anything close to that so far this year.
No, this will be quite the change. a winter turnaround, so to speak.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Some people, especially up in Minnesota, are going to like this.
Yeah, giddy up for sure.
All right. Well, places all across the upper Midwest are getting ready for Winter Storm Jaxon. That includes St. Paul, Marquette, Michigan. Now, you have Saturday to prepare before the snow really begins to move in in earnest. We'll see snow showers start off for Marquette by Sunday night. Monday and Monday night, that's your time period for the snow. That's when it will be heaviest and steadiest, and temperatures behind this system cold. Highs on Tuesday, 17 with the morning snow showers. That'll wrap up then. Beyond that, afternoon will be drier. But by the time all is said and done, we're looking at 8 to 10 inches across much of the UP of Michigan. So you'll be closing in on a foot, or at least on double digits for many of these locations. Omaha, mix of rain and snow Sunday night and into Monday. Winds will be gusty as well. Monday night, we get that cold air moving in, end with some snow showers. By Tuesday, plenty of sun to look at what's fallen with highs in the mid-30s. Green Bay, Wisconsin, another place we'll watch to begin as rain and snow continue on Monday. We wrap things up with snow Monday night. Clouds linger into Tuesday with temperatures only in the mid-20s. And Minneapolis, one of the spots where we think that forecast could be tricky. But as you guys mentioned, parts of Minnesota, they've really been waiting for winter.
They really have. Minneapolis has not had any big snowstorms so far this year, Tom. This one could be the one.
Yeah, they've had cold temperatures, but they haven't had storm tracks. That's exactly right. And that's what produces the snowfall. They're running over a foot below normal for snowfall so far this season. So this storm could really bring them back pretty close to where they should be. And again, there's the track of that storm as it goes up through the Great Lakes. And again, always to the north and west of the track of that low is where you see the heaviest
Minneapolis
snowfall.
right now, we've got them painted pretty close to the epicenter of the heavy snow for the Midwest.
Yeah, but that's our current forecast, and that's what we're going with. That's the GFS low track is right there, but the other ensemble members, as I mentioned before, are 60 to 70 miles on either side of the track. So if the track adjusts based on these ensemble members one way or the other, we could see a significant difference in the snowfall. So once again, this is our actual forecast. What we just showed you was the GFS. Forecast. We've kind of the Global Forecast Center, using all the model data, has come up with a forecast here that brings the heaviest swath of snow just south of Minneapolis. And again, when we play this out, we may get into a little bit of freezing rain early on in this event, especially across southern Minnesota here. That I don't like. That can coat the ground, and then you get snow on top of it.
I think about how many folks might be going to like a Vikings watch party or something on Sunday. Travel could be tough, and then the snow comes in right on top of that.
So coming home from that party or doing any type of travel, you're into heavy snow there. That snow continues for the Monday morning rush hour. And by the way, it's likely going to stick around even into Sunday evening, 6, 7 p.m. before it finally moves out of that area. So we're looking at a rough day on Sunday night into Monday.
We can handle snow in the Twin Cities, but timing is always everything.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
All right, Tom, thank you. A lot more to come here. Here's what's on tap on Weather Underground. Northeast is next, over under, and video 6-pack coming up. Northeast is next. Prepare for an onslaught of rain, ice, and snow this weekend and beyond. We're going to show you how that could affect areas swamped by ice jams and floods. And we've ushered in some incredibly cold weather. How cold? We're going to show you. And later, video 6-pack. There was some amazing weather caught on camera this week, including this snow-nado in Ohio. Does it have what it takes to be our top video of the week? Stay tuned as we reveal our top 6 in the video 6-pack.